The battle for the 2015 Mountain Dew ATV National Motocross Championship raged through the sand of Millville, Minnesota, as the big man from Galena, Illinois, Chad Wienen, dominated the first Moto Y as competition went over the falls. Series contender Joel Hetrick needed to beat Wienen in Moto 2, and he got out front early. But it didn't take long for Wienen to overwhelm him and take a 1-1 sweep and further extend the points lead. Wienen's on top again. Hetrick has to bounce back today at Unadilla. Oh, what a place for a motocross race. Welcome to the Mountain Dew ATV National Motocross Championship, sanctioned by AMA Pro Racing, the NYCM Insurance Northeastern ATV Motocross National. It's Unadilla Valley Sports Center. Hello, everyone. Jason Wygant, your host. They've been laying down tracks on this facility since 1969, the very earliest days of motocross racing in the U.S. Much newer for the ATV side, been racing here for about a decade. But as the riders check out the track, well, they already know that it lends itself quite well to the four-wheeled ATV set, a very fast-flowing layout, and the high-speed cornering abilities of these four-wheeled ATVs, both for our amateur and youth riders and our pros, and heck, even some guys out here for fun on three-wheelers. They know that their equipment really works for this type of terrain. Got a great vendors row set up here also, and a huge crowd. They love their racing as what they call the home of horsepower at Unadilla. There's John Natale on hand to sign autographs, former series champ. Thomas Brown, third in the series points. Pretty good autograph line for him. And then some young up-and-coming talent to watch. The 15 of Nick Janusa and Vital Casanave will be ones to watch on the 15 and the 5. But all eyes at one point will be on the number 1 of Chad Wienen, your defending series champ and points leader, dominated at our last event. There he is on the right. Earlier today, we talked to him about racing here.
Coming off a big win at Millville, it was a great day, and man, just went home, week and a half of training, and didn't do anything out of the ordinary. Just kept the same schedule and made the trek out here to Unadilla. It's about a 17-hour drive, so it's a long way out, and but had a lot of success here. Won 3 straight out here, and it's been a good time on this Yamaha. Ever since I got on the Yamaha, I've been able to have a lot of success here, and just really excited about the weekend. We're going to ride the conditions, ride smart, and put it on the box.
Yes, podium consistency again, helping Wienen open up a points lead, but Joel Hetrick knows it's not too late to make some ground up.
We're here at round 9, ready for a good weekend. I've always had great finishes here at Unadilla. My hole shots have been really good all season, so I'm looking forward to that. Track is called the home of horsepower, so Dassin Motors has me hooked up for that. I'm just ready for a consistent weekend. Hopefully I can get a 1-1 and tighten up this points gap. And I'm looking to finish off the season strong, and hopefully we can tighten up this points gap and maybe get the championship.
Title fight basically between Wienen and Hetrick at this point, but watch out for the spoilers. Jeff Rastrelli returned from injury lately and was third at our last event.
Jeff Rastrelli here at round 9 at Unadilla MX. Coming off of Millville with a podium, we're going 3-3 in both motos. It feels really good coming off the injury in Ironman and coming back at podium. It's a feeling I can't replace, and come here this weekend and try to repeat and come out with maybe even a little better finish or even get on the box. It's nothing like getting on the box, so hopefully you can come out here and do it all over again.
What they have to do all over again is ride this track. Practice and qualifying about to get underway, so stay with us here on MavTV. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Mountain Dew, by RockyMountainATVMC.com, and by Amsoil. Hello, everyone. Jason Wygant welcoming you back to Racer TV's coverage of the Mountain Dew ATV Motocross Championship. The fastest four-wheeled pilots in the world ready to show just how fast they can go. It's qualifying time. And man, is it fun to watch on this legendary Unadilla track. Huge jumps, high speeds, and a rider favorite these days as well. It's Joel Hetrick, who has won all but one of our ATVRiders.com Fast Lap Awards this year. Thomas Brown on the 84, throwing it sideways on his Yamaha. Wow, and watch him pick the front end up to this very technical section. There's Jeff Rostrelli, who we talked to earlier, always a contender. Rostrelli with the onboard, going to hit the sky shot. Yeah, fun to watch him air it out. Ronnie Higgerson getting some air underneath the 665 as well. Oh, and even throwing a little freestyle in there. The old school heel clicker. Here's the 77. Nick Moser throwing that thing sideways as well. Hold on to that. 726, Tyler Hamrick out of Ohio. And the veteran Joe Bird, multi-time series champ. Certainly knows his way around this track. Nick Cavagliasso here from Argentina. You hear him get up on the RPM out of the corners. This is a deceptively slippery track. On board with Hetrick now. These sections, he's hooked up. You see that shiny dirt, especially at the entrance and exit of these corners? Yeah, he's trying to get to the cushion entering to get a little bit of grip. And if you get the drive out of that corner, you can handle the big jumps at the top. Chad Wienen won the first qualifier, had the fastest lap time, but Hetrick would turn it around in the second session, and that would hold up as the best time overall. So now 7 of 8 ATV Rider Fast Lap Awards for Joel Hetrick. But the question is, can Hetrick carry that speed into the motos? He really has to. He's 21 points down on Wienen in the series right now. Pivotal race next. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Mountain Dew, by Rocky Mountain ATVMC.com, and by AMSO. Saddle up, boys. Time to go racing in the Mountain Dew ATV National Motocross Championship Moto 1 coming your way from Unadilla Valley Sports Center. Riders are on the line getting last-second instructions from their mechanics. Also, a little breast cancer awareness event going on right now, but clear the decks. We got Josh Upperman and the Rocky Mountain ATV MC on board. And he's going to carry that camera to your SSI Decals hole shot. Root River Racing rider Upperman, one of the best starters in the history of this game, although he hasn't had quite as many hole shots this year. And quickly, Joel Hetrick goes by on the inside. And now into gravity cavity, down and back out. Well, it's what Hetrick needed. A good start, not the hole shot, but the early lead. That'll help him. But last week he was really struggling with an injury, crashed hard in practice. The starts were good, but he didn't have the fitness or the stamina due to the pain to go the distance. So we'll see today if he can rectify that. Here's Rostrelli, who also wasn't on board, and trying to make moves. Not a good start, and right in front of him is Wienen. So your series points leader has his work cut out for him. Oh, Hetrick just able to get to the top of that roller section. And Rostrelli, see what happens if you come up short. He's getting passed in bunches. This is a momentum track all the way. If you don't get a good drive out of one of the corners, it's hard to do a jump. Then you lose more speed. Then you can't do another jump. Then you lose more speed. Whoa, Rostrelli just clearing that double. Hetrick looking back saying, where is everybody? Made the pass and has made all the jumps on the first lap. Upperman, Brown, and Wienen in a battle for second. Brown, oh, got a wheel to the inside, but not enough. So all alone, well, not for long, as Upperman just got zapped. And they're onto the old finish line stretch. This is where the start hooks back on, and Wienen's going to get him as well. So the Yamaha boys quickly into second and third. We'll see if they can run down Hetrick out of gravity cavity, and Wienen has already taken over from Brown. Really impressed with the aggression that we've seen from Wienen this year. I know he's a champ and all, but I think he has risen to the challenge as we're back on board with Upperman. Hetrick, very, very fast this season. Always fast, but exceptionally good this year. And won a couple of races at mid-season and even took the points lead. Wienen responded to the challenge. I think he's gotten faster and more aggressive. Hetrick had won 7 of 10 motos early in the year. Wienen has won 3 of the last 4. And they're going to square off in this one. Hetrick with a nice lead. Wienen was able to run him down in the deep sand whoops in Minnesota at our last race. Can he do it again today in New York? Completely different track conditions. You could not ask for 2 more diverse tracks than the sand of Millville as you watch Nick Janusa in 5th, trying to hold off the yellow Can-Am of Jeff Rastrelli. Rastrelli's on board here with him. Going to have a look down on the inside. Got it. Good job stealing the line off from Janusa and still getting over the jumps. Stay with us. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Mountain Dew, by Rocky Mountain ATVMC.com, and by AMSOIL. Joel Hetrick leads the first moto here at Unadilla. 21 points down on your series leader, Chad Wienen. So he needs to pretty much win out. We'll have 2 motos today, then 2 more rounds, Redbud and Loretta Lynn's. So 6 motos to go this year. If he wins all 6 of them and gets a little help from Wienen, he'd be right back in the thick of it. And taking matters into his own hands today is Hetrick, the young man from Pennsylvania, on the Corrosion Racing Hetrick Honda. Wienen has not been able to make up any ground. In fact, he's lost a little bit of distance. Very strong in the opening laps to get to second, but this is what you deal with Hetrick. When he's on, the speed is second to none. Now, he's cut back on the mistakes greatly this year. It's just that Wienen makes 0 mistakes practically. No bad motos from the champ at all. Coming into this race, Wienen has had 1 third-place finish in a moto this year. As Rastrelli comes through, smoke pouring out. Wienen has finished first or second in every moto except the one where he finished third. That's why Hetrick has a deficit to make up. It's not because his riding hasn't been good. He is so fast. Boy, it's amazing how differently the track shapes up here for the ATVs. Not nearly as rough as the traditional Unadilla. A lot of that depends on the prep and the weather. We're so used to having rain at some point throughout the weekend, but it has been perfect today. It's been perfect leading up to the race. Track's in great shape. Wienen, though, wishes he could find something that would slow down Hetrick a bit. Hasn't barely even been able to see the kid through most of this moto. Hetrick putting the finishing touches on this moto. He's looking for his 9th moto win of the year. That's nearly half of the motos. Kid's on, and when he's on, he's hard to stop. We'll see if he can do it again in Moto 2. It's a fast qualifier award for him also. Geez, what kind of accolades isn't he getting? And quickly we turn the machines around and get ready for the second moto. There's Hetrick. And Wienen, who needs a better start this time. See what he can do with the kid. We're on board again with Rastrelli, Rocky Mountain ATVMC.com, hooking us up. Oh, and he gets pulled big time by Hetrick, who's going to grab the SSI decals whole shot. That is bad news for everyone else. Oh, listen to Rastrelli. Listen to the roost pelting him. Ow. And that stings so bad. They've done a great job of getting a lot of the rocks out of this track. But even the dirt hurts when it's being thrown with this kind of horsepower. Still Rastrelli in second. Despite that jump that Hetrick got on him, he was able to funnel through and not get passed by anyone else. It's a good job by him. And Wienen up to third. So Rastrelli, well, this is a very significant juncture. Wienen has to make this pass quickly. But Rastrelli, this is what he has done all year. He has stepped up his game. He's running with everyone a little bit longer each time. And look, he's not that far off of Hetrick. He also has Wienen all over him, but holding his own against the two title contenders. Battle still raging. Wienen, launches almost off the racetrack. That's what it takes to make passes quickly, and he does it. So one little mistake from Rastrelli, one desperation move by Wienen equals second place. Now we'll see if he can run down Hetrick and try to take today's overall win. Not going to be easy. The kid's airing it out and pulling away. Racer TV is brought to you by Mountain Dew, by Rocky Mountain, ATVMC.com, and by AMSOIL. You're on board with Jeff Rastrelli here on MavTV. Oh, and a pass being made by Thomas Brown. Wrong time to put the camera shot on there. Rastrelli now showing you what it's like to be passed. Brown, very quiet today. His starts have not been that good this year. Otherwise, he's been riding great. He'll admit it, he'll take it on the head as you see Brown and Rastrelli battling. There have been days where Wienen and Hetrick have speed he cannot quite match, but he has been for sure the third best guy, and on a few occasions has broken through and taken the victory. But he's going to need help, as is everyone, to take it away from Hetrick. Even Wienen, hard pressed to run this pace, losing a little bit of ground. And you can see Hetrick has his machine set up perfectly today. He's barely put a wheel wrong. The Wienen closing up a bit. This section here, Hetrick was doubling earlier. And that's a great, not only time saver, but energy saver as well. Now it looks like Wienen has gotten a hook in Hetrick, and the gap is staying the same. So down the stretch, how is this going to turn out? Will Wienen close the gap? Or will Hetrick maintain it or even stretch it? Good race here. Josh Upperman has been dropped back by Nick Janusa and Vital Casanave. All three of these riders dueling. Look at Casanave trying to find a wheel around the 15 of Janusa. Whoa, Hetrick sideways in the entrance to that section. I don't know if you can go faster as he doubles out of this corner that no one else is doing. I don't know if you can go faster, but Wienen, all season long, the mantra has been go as fast, but do it smoother. A couple of big moments for Hetrick in this moto, but that's what this kid does. He shrugs it off. He goes even harder the next time around, and now blue flag's flying for lap traffic. Well, he's only about 3 turns away from delivering this second moto win. Another 1-1 sweep, and this would be big. Gonna make up some ground in this series again on Wienen, who's still in second. Now we get to see them pass the camera one more time back there. So here it is. Hetrick, gap was about 4 seconds at one point. Wienen has pared it down to just over 2, but it's going to be too little, too late, unless Hetrick throws it away. And look, he's not even jumping the double here in the last lap. He knows he doesn't need to. And those are the kind of lessons that he has learned through the years, getting more and more consistent. Not quite as consistent as Wienen, but strong enough to hopefully take this one down to the final race. 1-1 sweep for Hetrick today at Unadilla. He's back on top. His first 1-1 since sweeping High Point back in May. And let's see how they greet each other. Have been great sportsmanship between these two contenders all year long. Here are your overall results. Brown edging Rastrelli for third, Upperman in the top 5. Good job by some of the new kids fitting into the top 10 overall. Let's go to our top riders.
Started out the weekend with first in time qualifying. Track was pretty much my favor. I got 2 really good hole shots that put me up front. The first moto came out with a 10-second lead at the end of the race, and it was a great race for me. Just needed more like that to tighten up this points gap, and came out the second moto, pulled the whole shot, and led the whole race, start to finish. Chad had an epic battle with me. He was on my tail the whole time, but I edged him out for the win, and you know, it feels great to be up on the podium in the center of the box, and hopefully I can do it again at Redbud.
I just came out the box here at Unadilla, second overall. First moto, man, I was sleeping on the gate, and just wasn't my start. And man, just made some quick passes on some guys the first lap, and I think second lap I was able to get out in the second, and Joel had a pretty good gap on me, and I was actually putting a charge, and got a little high side on a berm and blew over it, and just pushing, you know. And second moto, we had a little bit better start, still not where I really needed to be, and first lap I was in second, trying to push on Joel, and man, it was almost like a slicking effect for a little bit, and then I started just taking tenths off, and Joel was riding great. Guys behind me are rolling as well, and big hats off to my team, the Wiener Motorsports Yamaha, working great, and it's calculated racing right now, and I know what I got to do to get put myself in position for a championship, and man, we're heading to Redbud, Sandbox, Sand Rollers. I'm ready to get back into that and really put it down and have a good time.
Sweet, we just finished up here at Unadilla, went 3-3. Man, it was a rough day for us. If everything could have gone wrong, it could have. The second moto, he had a bike start getting loud, motor was getting a little loud, so I babied her to the end, but man, the bike was running good all day. We just had a whole bunch of little mishaps, but Moto 1 got a good start, and then took me a little bit to get to second, and as soon as I got to second, somehow Chad followed me through and just busted me right quick. I didn't even know he was behind me yet, so that was, we had a good little battle for 3 corners, and he got by me, and I'm like, I didn't even know he was there. And the second moto was an all right start, a little worse, and had to fight my way through, and got into third, and Chad and Joel were gone, man. I couldn't catch them. I tried putting a charge on, and they were already gone when I got there. So hats off to them, but I got to thank the Maxxis Yamaha Power Moto experts. Looking forward to Redbud and getting out there and hopefully pulling off a win. Man, that's what I really want to do, but I'm just going to go out there and get my best, put some good laps down.
He did put some good laps down. Let's show you some of the laps. AMSOIL race recap. First moto whole shot goes to Josh Upperman, quickly overhauled by Joel Hetrick, and Hetrick on that red 88 Corrosion Hetrick racing machine would pull away. Here's Upperman, a pass being stuck on him by Brown. Brown would be third, and Wiener would get to second, but they simply were not able to put any damage into Hetrick's lead. And then Hetrick goes out for good measure in Moto 2 and pulls a great start, does all the big jumps. And as hard as Jeff Rastrelli, Wiener, and Brown tried, they could not keep him in sight. A 1-1 finish. He picks up 6 valuable championship points, now down just 15 with 2 races and 4 motos to go. For everyone at Racer TV, I'm Jason Wygant. Congrats to Joel Hetrick.